Howdy ho, this is Terry. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Now I'm in low carb maintenance mode. Thank you. So part of my meal prep this weekend is I bought grapes and I picked them all off of the stem. And if any of them feel bad, I just throw them away. But this is part of what I do. And then I will rinse them off and I will freeze them. So I'm going to go through and pick all these off and I will be back. I do know some of you all cannot eat grapes or fruit, and I'm sorry, but this is just part of what I do. I haven't really shown you all this much before, but for those who do eat fruit, you can see how I do it. Or once you all get to the stage where you are healed enough and maybe you can eat fruit, or maybe you can never eat fruit. I'm sorry for that too. But anyway, so I can only show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to pick all these grapes off and then I'll be back. Okay, I've rinsed them off. Tried y'all's method with vinegar water, so don't freak out on me. I put the Dawn Power Wash away today. So there we go. Now I'm going to dry them off a little bit. And then I'll put them in the freezer to freeze. And then I'll put these in my rotation with my fruit. Let's get these vegetables done. We're gonna do a salad. My Walmart was out of the pre-cut, the pre-shredded cabbage. So I bought a green cabbage and a red cabbage. So I cut off the outside leaves already. So I'm going to get this cut up a little bit. Trying to cut that core out of there. Okay, got the core out. So now I'm going to cut it this way. Now I'll cut it this way. I did a dollar amount one time, and it's definitely cheaper to do this kind versus the pre-cut. But if you're lazy like me, the pre-cut, it's just the ways to go. It's just the business, man. It's just the business. So I'm going to finish cutting that one up, and then I'm going to cut this red one up, and then I'm going to soak it in some vinegar water like you all told me to do. So I will finish cutting this and get this soaking just to let some of the dirt and whatnot and chemicals come out of the cabbage. I'll be back. Ignore that. I can't fit any more in the dishwasher. It's too full. So anyway, over here, that is the cabbage that I cut up, and it's in some vinegar water. It's just going to soak for a little while until I get done with the rest of the stuff. Next up is the Rutabaga. I don't wear gloves for everything, but anything that's going to be slimy or sticky, like that cabbage, that's kind of sticky. And I didn't want it on me, so I have a little bit of a texture issue. Anyway, the Rutabaga, it's got this waxy coating, and I don't like the way that feels on my skin. So, if you are going to cook your Rutabaga, you can microwave it and you can take off that waxy layer. Since I'm doing this for salad, I did not microwave it. So now I'll just use my peeler. I cut off each end. I'll use my peeler and I'm going to go ahead and get this peeled up so that we can use this in our salad. And I will be back. Okay, so I got it all peeled, and now I take my cleaver. Wait a minute, I got this little piece right here. Now, take my cleaver and I line it up. Baxter saw this come out and he said, no thanks. He knows what's going down. See, you don't have to use your good knife, just use a cleaver. There you go. Just need to get through it a couple times. It makes it a lot easier to cut up. So, all right, I'm going to wash that just a second. Okay, now we're just going to cut this into some decent size pieces, and we're going to put this in my chopper. I just don't want it too big, then it'll be a little bit hard to chop. There we go. And my chopper came from Gloria. It's a Fabio Viviani. I've seen similar ones like this on Amazon. So she got mine on QVC, so it's not on Amazon. I just checked just in case for y'all. So yeah, I'll go on and cut it all up today. Alright, might do it in batches, so that way it doesn't get too far messy. Okay, so the way this works, it's really handy dandy. Put your lid on it. It has a little chopper down inside of it already. I put that in, then you put your food in it, put your lid on it. Wait a minute. If it doesn't sit right, it doesn't work, which is pretty cool. A couple more shots. Okay. So that is the sizes that it's going to be. I'm going to put it right here in this container. There's some bigger pieces, but that's all right. That is just fabulous. Now I'm going to put this down in there. I'll do another round of it. That's better. Yeah. Do I have anything else I have to chop up? Why am I dirtying this up? Because I had to do it in batches, that's why. Otherwise, I would have just left it in here. Okay. So we got that done. I'm going to set this to the side because I think I'm going to use it for something else in a little bit. Alright, but let's unplug it and move it. Usually I have a red onion and a yellow onion, but this weekend I just cheated and bought 2 diced onions, so that's all ready to go. Next we'll do peppers, and then we'll have all of our veggies cut up. So my peppers, I go like this. I push it in, push on just the edge between the green and the color, and you just push it. Come on. That one must be close to the edge. And you just kind of pull it, you push it, and then when it's all the way in and you can wiggle it, you know it's disconnected fully. So then you pry it open very slowly. And then all your seeds are attached to the stem. There's a few seeds right here attached to this membrane. But all you gotta do is tap them out and seed. Same with this one. And there you go. So now I'll pull this off and I'll drop these in my vinegar water. And then I'll do this other one and then I'll be back. You can see how this is connected. So there's the stem piece and there's the seeds. They're attached there. So whenever you pull it away, I do it very carefully so I don't make a mess. As you pull it away, see, there's no, just that little piece of membrane. But you pull that away, and then you just pull out that little membrane. But that's it. That's how it works. So by pulling out the stem, you've got your seeds all right there together. All right, let me soak these and we'll be back. Okay, now let's cut these peppers up. You can do them in strips. You can do them in like cubes. You can do whatever works for you. This is the fastest method for doing peppers that I've ever come across. And it was actually taught by a client at work. Their sibling worked at a Taco Bell, I think she said. And she said that's how they did it. If I had a little knife dirtied up, I would just do that in my hand, but that's all right. Now, peppers I like on my salad, but I do not, when I build my salad in a minute, I do not add these while I'm building it because I don't want them to be, I don't want, they're so sketchy and wet, and so by the time it comes time to eat them, sometimes they're bad, and I don't want to ruin them, so I will just put them in their own bowl, and or not ruin them, but ruin my salad by putting on a really wet veggie that might turn bad. Okay, I'm gonna strain out my cabbage, and we'll get to building our salad. Okay, so to keep my salads consistent, I have been using my scale, and I weigh out everything. So cabbage, I usually use about 100 grams of cabbage. Okay, that's a little bit over. Good enough. Around 100 grams of cabbage. Since I bought this kind of cabbage, there's going to be a lot of cabbage left over. So I might have to do something with it next week. You know, I'm going to be off from work for 7 days. So I'll be at Mom's house for the first few days. But then afterwards, this will give me something to do when I can't go to work because I can't drive or anything until I see the doctor. So I can't drive to work, and I don't know how my vision would be just sitting there looking at a computer screen all day. So, I took off 7 working days. So from next Thursday is my last day, and then I go back Monday the 11th. So I'm off from the 30th to the 11th. All right. So now I'm just going to set this over here. So next up, let's do our rutabaga. I do 60 grams of rutabaga. So I'll zero it out. Whoop. Okay, around 60 grams of rutabaga. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'll zero each one out, and then I'll add 60 grams of rutabaga. Okay, so now we're going to do 60 grams of onions. Usually I do a mixture of yellow onions and red onions, but like I said, I cheated and just got yellow onions today. And I zero it out between each one. And then, like I said, now you know that all your salads are pretty much the same thing. So that makes it nice, because then, you know, if you notice some kind of creep, a carb creep, scale creep, whatever, you're able to say, all right, well, you know, I have been putting extra, I don't know, onions in my salads. Maybe I should do a little bit less onions. Or maybe I've been more like 80 onions instead of 60 onions. So let me cut back on onions. Or maybe I've been doing too many carrots. I don't know, whatever it is you're doing in your salad. But by weighing it, it gives you a little control to know how you're doing. And that's the whole point, is that then you can keep an eye on things and know how you're doing. So now these salads are done. I'm not going to add anything else to them. The day I eat them, I have my peppers back here. So the day I eat them will be the day that I add those. 7. Okay. And this is what you all taught me down in the comments. Put a paper towel over it. And the day I eat, the night before I take them to work, I will, hang on. Okay, the night before, that's when I'll season them. I'm not going to season them now because some of the seasonings have salt in it, and I don't want to, you know, draw any more water out than I need to. So I'm going to store these upside down. And the extra liquid that was in my cabbage will work its way out. You know, the onions, they do get wet after a while. Like I'm still eating last week's last week's salads, and the onions are definitely wet. Like the paper towel, it really smells really oniony. So, which is it's okay. It means it's doing its job. I did not remember to buy the Selecticize this last time, so I feel so wasteful by using a whole paper towel, but I don't like tearing these in half because then they get kind of fibrous, and that's kind of gross. I don't want little fibers in my food. So let me get these last 3 and I'll be right back. There we are. We have 7 salads, 1 thing of peppers, and we're going to do something else with the rutabaga. I'll show you that in a minute. But there are salads. So I have 2 more. So I have 1 for Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I did that on purpose because you know, I'll be staying at my mom's house for part of the time, so I'll be able to take some salads along with me, and I won't have to meal prep until I get back here. And yeah, okay, Lou's singing his praises. Okay, bye. For the moment, we're going to do the other thing next. Okay, so what I want to try to do with the rest of this, I would like to do, you know, I shred some rutabaga. I had some this morning with my breakfast. And I usually use my shredder, but I was wondering if by using this, if it would get shredded enough that I could use it. And then I'll freeze it for next weekend and just see if it can get it small enough shreds instead of using the other thing, which I love also. But since this is dirty, it'd be nice if I could just use one thing. Let's see. I think that's really good pieces. It's they're more, I don't really know, they're almost more like, not quite as small as rice, but I think that's going to be really good. So now I'm going to pull out some Ziploc bags. Where's my scale? And we're going to do some in Ziploc bags. And look and see. 90 grams. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get too carried away with it. So, quite 80 grams. So, this is how I do things. I just weigh them out until whatever things I have are even. So, I honestly wish I would have gotten a second rutabaga so that I could have made a rutabaga cake like at Mom's house, but that's okay. So 112, 120, close enough. So there we go. So I will pop these into the freezer, and then I will. Let's see, let me put this away, hang on. Because I have so much food in my freezer, I write things like, this says beefus bega. Beefus, as in breakfast. So beefus bega. So then I know that for breakfast, I could grab one of these and pull them out. So I'm going to put these in the freezer, and I don't know, I think we got something else, but I can't remember, so hang on. The last thing I'm going to do to help Terri of the future out with salads is I've got this, dressing squirter. I don't know, squirt bottle, whatever you call it. And I like a mixture of G. Hughes honey mustard dipping sauce and G. Hughes Polynesian dipping sauce. Both of them are 5 grams in 2 tablespoons, which is 32 grams. However, I like to water them down. So I do about 1/4 of this with one. Okay, there's the Polynesian. Check it out, I didn't even lick the jar. But I did lick my finger. And now I'm going to find about that guesstimate of a halfway point. Put my finger there so I can watch for it. I really like these flavors together. I think they give a good flavor. I use this for various things, like you've seen me do it whenever I make Rutabaga fries. Those jicama fries I did the other day. So now the rest of it I'm going to top off with water. I'll be right back. I like thin salad dressings because it gets on every piece of vegetable that's in a salad. So I squeeze out a little of the liquid and put my finger on it. And then now I shake it up. But I like dressing on every vegetable. Sometimes you get down to the bottom and if it's real thick, there's no dressing left. I'll squeeze again. So by doing it thinner like that, it allows it to get on all the vegetables. Plus, instead of using 30 grams for 30 calories, I can do 60 grams for 30 calories because I'm watering it down, so I get to use twice the amount for the same amount of calories. So I will put this lid on it, and I'll put this in my refrigerator, and that is to help Terri of the future get her salads ready, and there's some salad dressing for me to use. Okay, that's it. That's everything. Bye.